Hello everyone, my name is Latifa Anurwidayani and this is my name, and here I am. I would like to answer the question from 5 out of the 6 question from AICA 2 in the competence 3. So the first question is the explain pillars and the condition of the marriage. So the pillars and condition of marriage in Islam, there are certain rules and principles that must be followed for a marriage to be legal. These are the foundation of the marriage. The first is the possible husband, the second is the possible wife, the third is the bride guardian, so the fourth is two only men who bear witness, so the fifth is the marriage contract with ijab and kabul. So the next is in order to get married, you must to be the couple cannot be mahram, which means they can be closely related by blood, breastfeeding, or any other connection that is not allowed. So that the bride's guardians agree to the wedding. It is not a state of ihram for either side. After her last marriage, the woman is not in her wedding time or iddah. The marriage must be freely agreed upon without any pressure. In Islam law and in this eyes of the government, these rules and requirements must be met for a marriage to be legal. So next, the question 2 is the law of unregistered or siri marriage according to Muhammadiyah. So, according to Muhammadiyah, siri marriage refers to a marriage conducted without being officially registered with the Office of Religious Affairs or KUA or the authorized government institution. Muhammadiyah assert that although siri marriage may fulfill the religious requirements, it is not recommended and even discouraged because it leads to many harms such as lack of legal protection for the wife and children, difficulty in proving marital rights in the eyes of the law, increased risk and neglect, and violation of the rights of women and children. Therefore, Muhammadiyah requires the registration of the marriage to ensure benefit of masalah, legal protection, and certainly of the family rights. So that third question is the types of divorce, talak, and their difference. Divorce talak in Islam has several main types. The first is revocable divorce or talak raj'i, allows the husband to reconcile with his wife during the wedding period or iddah without new marriage contract. This applies to the first and the second divorce. So, irrevocable divorce or talak bain doesn't allow reconciliation except with a new marriage contract. It is divided into minor irrevocable divorce or bain sugro and divorce before consumption or hulu divorce initiated by wife with compensation. Major irrevocable divorce or bain kubro, after 3 divorce, the husband cannot remarry his wife unless he marries another man and is divorced by him. So the next is Sunni divorce. The Sunni divorce are pronounced in accordance with Islam law when the wife is in a state of purity and has not been intimate since her last menstruation. Next is the bid'ah divorce. Divorce pronounced when the wife is menstruating or has been intimate during her period of purity, which is not in accordance with Islam law. So next is conditional divorce, talak mu'alak, divorce that is dependent on the certain condition. Example like if you leave the house without permission, you are divorced, like this. So the next is stipulated divorce or talak taklid, divorce that occurs if certain agreed upon conditions in the marriage contract are met. So the next is the main difference among these types are: the first is the right to reconcile or revocable versus irrevocable. The second is the timing of and condition of pronouncement, Sunni versus bid'ah, and the last, the basic for occurrence is a conditional stipulated. So the fourth question is definition and difference by talak, hulu, and fasakh. The first is a talak or divorce, the dissolution of the marriage by the husband with specific words. It can be direct, explicit, or indirect, implicit, and is divided into revocable and irrevocable types. So the next is huluk. Huluk, divorce by redemption, divorce initiated by the wife who offers compensation to the husband. This usually happens when the wife no longer wishes to continue the marriage and the husband agrees for a certain compensation. So the huluk is considered a minor irrevocable divorce and requires a new contract for remarriage. So next is fasakh, annulment, the dissolution of a marriage by a religious court to valid reasons such as severe defects, abuse, or the husband failure to provide maintenance. Fasakh is not a divorce pronounced by the husband, but a judicial decision based on valid grounds. So the next is the difference between the three types of the divorce. The first is talak, initiated by the husband, may allow reconciliation depending on the type. So the huluk, initiated by the wife with the compensation, no reconciliation without a new contract. Now the last is the fasakh, decided by the judge for specific reason, no reconciliation without a new contract. So the last question is divorce outside the court according to Muhammadiyah. In Muhammadiyah, according to Muhammadiyah, divorce are outside the court when a husband pronounces the divorce without going through the religious court is not legally valid according to state law, even if it is considered valid religiously if it meets the required condition. Muhammadiyah emphasizes the divorce must be conducted in the presence of the religious court. Two, the first is a provide legal protection for the woman and the children. The second is ensure the rights of the wife and children are upheld. So the last is a prevent misuse of divorce and neglect. So the next is the divorce outside the court can lead to legal issues such as the marriage not being officially recorded, resulting unclear legal status for the wife and children. Therefore, Muhammadiyah requires divorce to go through to religious court to ensure justice and legal protection for all the parties. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.